Hey, it's MK, and I am back for day 15, and I thought that I would start off with the sketch really quickly. So it looks like this. Kind of cool, I think. And I had in mind, well, for one, I couldn't decide on a strip that would go across. Oh my gosh, I'm out of breath, I'm sorry. A strip that would go across right here. I couldn't decide on which one I wanted, so I pulled out my washi tape from Altenew. It actually looks like this. And I just covered up a piece of white cardstock and I left it like this so you guys could see roughly what. So anyways, yeah, I just kind of wanted to leave this out here as a reminder that I made my own paper strip using washi. All right, a rather large washi, by the way. And then I also had these cutouts, whoa, that are left over from a project that I did probably 2 years ago. Yeah, that's how long I keep my stuff, you guys. It's embarrassing, I know. But I have those, and then I have this really cool picture of my daughter that behind her is like this contraption. And there's a spinny wheel thing that you can spin, and then you make all the little metal balls move around this contraption, and based on where they fall, they go down certain paths. It's really super cool. That luckily is still there. And then I have this zip strip from Chamel's Field Trip, and it's just all these really cool rockets. And so I thought I'd do quite a fun, funky layout. I really don't have anything planned except that I have this Heidi Swap sticker sheet that is these, like, what are they called? I don't know. Stickers. And I wanted to see if I could color them a different color. So I have this blush rosé from Nuvo. And it's like a shimmer brush, so it comes out like that. And I wanted to see if I could color, recolor this into a different color because I have this rosette that I was thinking I wanted to use on this layout, but I'm not really sure. I also have this scrap left over from the previous layout and this scrap left over from the previous layout. And then, of course, my baggie of scraps. I was thinking about pulling out some of my silver elements. But again, that's only if I can't get this to cooperate. All right? So let's get going. All right. So the first thing that I struggle with is that I want to use scraps of this specialty paper from my Tonic Studio Kit. Sorry, I completely don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm struggling with this, and they don't go in the right direction. And so I just put it off to the side and decide, you know what, I'm going to work on my circle. The first thing that I noticed was that my circle needed something. So I scuffed it all up and sanded it. The thing about these close to my heart cardstocks is that they are white core, so you can sand them and get a totally different effect. So now I'm going to work with that strip that's in the sketch. And the first thing that I do is cut it a little bit too long. I want my rocket strip to be longer than the strip, if that makes sense. So okay, let's get it out of my system. The first thing that I do is I try to get the half circle that is in the sketch. And I really, really, really wanted to use this white circle and the blue circle, or the white, I guess, yeah, it's a circle. It's a circle. And it wasn't coming out the way that I envisioned it. So I moved on. I moved it up into the upper left. I like that, but now with all my elements, I'm kind of sort of losing it, and I don't want to lose it. So I really don't know what I'm thinking. at the moment. So I move on to the embellishments, and I went through all of the embellishments that I had in front of me and picked out all the rockets. Basically, that's all I did was pick out the rockets. Now, my idea for this large one was to have like what the sketch has in the upper right hand corner. I wanted that little banner thing, and I thought that I would do that with the tail of the rocket ship and then a few more little bits and bobs hanging around it. And I like it. I really kind of like that. But then when I started adding more stuff to the layout, it kind of seemed like it lost its aloneness. Like it's not up there by itself anymore. And it just became part of the clustered layout. So, and I really wasn't feeling that striped washi strip piece of paper. It wasn't what I was doing. And then I realized it was the circle. The circle is too blue. So I pulled out some distress inks in seedless preserves and picked raspberry. So I pulled out those, and I wasn't getting the effect that I really wanted. And it wasn't until I completely covered my circle when I realized I should have used my oxides. Yep, so I'm going to put my inks away and bring out my oxides. And now I'm getting that chalked look that I was going for. Yay, I get it. And then I realized a trick that Jennifer McGuire uses is that she puts her lid on top of her, whatever she is, like her cardstock or whatever that she is inking, to save the fingers from picking up the ink. And so that's what I'm doing right here. And it works really well, by the way. So now I'm just splashing some water, which is cool because when it lifts up the ink, now it's blue again. And I went and I picked out my Heidi Swapp Color Shine in white, and I sprayed it all over the place. And it turned out blue instead of white. It wasn't the white I was looking for. So I'm going back around the edges and some in between. I kept some of where I sprayed the Color Shine, but I went around with the pink one again, and I pulled out this white paint that I have as well. Now, the thing I don't like about the white paint is that it's opaque. It comes out not white, but I had to do a couple coats of it to get the color that I was looking for, and it really brightened up the pink part of it as well. So now I just sprayed some of that white Color Shine on my mat, and I just splattered it all over the place. Gave myself a bruise too, if anybody cares. And then I decided that I was going to chalk or ink up my edges of this washi tape. Now, what's really super cool is that I've got all this ink left over on my mat. So what I did was the dipped method, is I just ink my edges and then I spray the mat so the color pulls up, and it leaves these really cool watercolor effects around the edge of the washi tape. Now, I've only seen that done on the washi tape, but I really like how it looked. And I was too impatient to wait for it to dry, so I used my heat gun, and I still didn't get it all the way dry. So, and I took my Use It Up journal and just smushed up the rest of the paint, if any of you guys cared what I was doing there as well. So, you guys, this layout, I struggled so bad with it. 1 minute I'm doing really good. The next minute I'm indecisive. It just did not come together as well as I envisioned it, I should say. So, especially with all the rockets and stuff, I really wanted it to look like, you know, like I had an entire fleet of rockets going through the sky, and I couldn't get it to do what I wanted it to do. So now I am just committing to my circle. Then I cut the circle off, and I had this rest of the circle to play with, and I thought, oh, I'm going to do this. You know, I'm going to have it go this. Yes. Like, you guys know what I'm talking about. Oh my God. Worst voiceover ever. So I'm going to have the rest of the circle come in front of and go around. So then now I have 3 circles. I'm starting to really, really like the way this is going. Am I keeping up with the sketch? No, not really. I think the only thing that I have going for me is the strip and my photo, and then, where they have the little film block and the title, I put a patch there, oh, spoiler alert, I'm showing you guys what I'm doing. So I still am struggling with my little rocket idea. I want my rockets all over the place. I still want this one up at the top, this shiny one, as its aloneness, little banner cluster. But then I bring in my patch, and this is going to be my title. And again, like I said, for the sketch, my title and then that little tiny, I don't know, film strip? No, I don't know what it's called. It now is all in one. So it took place of that little embellishment and the title all in one. So I moved the rocket down and underneath. I do like this a lot better than the skinnier rocket that I had. And I'm just going through, now that patch has this bright orange and the rocket tail has bright orange. So I thought I would bring in another bright orange bit. I did bring in 2 of those. They're corduroy brads, by the way. They're so super soft. I did bring in 2 of them, but now I lost my grouping of 3s and I have 4 orange spots. So I decided, nope, I only want 3 orange spots. So it disappeared. I'm pretty sure I used it again though, because it's fully disappeared from in front of me. I pop up my picture on foam and get it glued down. So, and here it becomes pretty simple going on here. I just pop up my foam. I have this little gear journal spot because there's not a whole lot to say. And this charm from the Not Just for Boys Kit Club, I pop it up on foam on half of it and then glue the rest of it to the picture. And it's, like I said, this glue is like an instant stick, you guys. I don't know what its secret is, but it's amazing. So now I'm just going to pop in my brads. I have 2. One is a rocket and the other one's that corduroy orange one. And then I also have a bunch of like off-white grayish teeny tiny little brads that I'm going to scatter throughout my layout as well. So let me poke those in. I don't know why I struggle with these brads. I think I'm out of practice. So, but a lot of these layouts have the brads on them. I don't think I used enamel dots maybe twice, maybe once. I don't remember. But I do know that I'm going a little brad crazy, but it's also because the brad packs are right in front of me. If the brad packs weren't in front of me, I probably wouldn't be using brads. I'd be using enamel dots. So, and that's just, in all honesty. But I am really liking how this layout is turning out. I really wanted to stay away from the mixed media, which I really didn't. All I did was go and grab some inks, you guys. It's not really mixed media. But yeah, I did want to stay away from them because I wanted these to be quick and easy layouts, but sometimes I just can't do it. I'm going through all of the other little embellishments that I picked out, and I picked out 2 more rockets, played around with the other rocket down in the corner, and decided not to, and this is it. This is all that it came out to be. Yeah, all that struggle for nothing, but I do like how it turned out finally. Yay. And I will check you guys later. All right, see ya.